What's up guys, Simply Coco here and welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing a speed build with Eco Lifestyle. I'm so excited that I finally am able to build with this pack. I was not able to contain myself. I had to watch all the game changers and all that. I had to watch all their videos, so like I knew what to expect going in, but I was really excited to get my hands on the pack and start building with it myself. So this is the very first build that I'm doing with the pack. It's obviously a container home, as you can tell. I think that's pretty much what everyone has been doing first, is a container home, because it's just, I mean, you kind of have to, you know? So that's what I'm doing. I am building from reference, but sorry, the photo, not gonna pop it up. I promise I'll start doing that really soon. I'm kind of making progress in getting the right recording equipment and editing software and stuff like that, so just bear with me. So yeah, and it was really just the exterior that I was kind of copying anyway, and even with that I still took some like artistic liberties, I guess you could say. So yeah, I'm completely obsessed with the build and buy objects in this pack. As far as whether or not you should get it, I think you should. It's really great. I haven't played it yet, but if you're a builder like me, definitely get it. But yeah, I will be starting a kind of like a mini let's play with the pack, and once I start that, I'll be able to more accurately tell you what I think about the gameplay and whether or not you should get it based on that. But I forgot to say, small channel plug, just like and subscribe and I will always respond to your comments. So leave as many comments as you like and I'll respond. So I love these doors, but I didn't think they worked for the container home just because they are floor to ceiling tall, and those beams, I think I could have looked past the beams if the door itself wasn't so tall. I like it, but I see that for more of a modern build, not for this. But yeah, so at first I was trying to make this a base game and Eco Lifestyle pack, like a restricted pack use. What am I trying to say? I wanted this to be a restricted pack build at first, and I wanted it to just be Eco Lifestyle and base game. But it doesn't turn out being that way. It's uploaded to the gallery as we speak, and when I uploaded it and I saw all the packs I used, I still used a lot of packs. So I'm really sorry about that. My next video is actually going to be a cast video, but the video after that is going to be a limited pack build. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do Eco Lifestyle plus Tiny Living, and I'm going to make a micro home or a tiny home or some kind of home. But yeah, and obviously base game as well. So that will be a limited pack build. So that will come out, if not tomorrow, then the day after. The day after tomorrow is what? Monday. So yeah. It'll probably be on the gallery before then, so just keep a lookout. But the speed build will be out on Monday at the latest. Yeah, but now I'm just doing the living room area. I am obsessed with the console table that came with this pack. And I kind of paired it with this other like taller storage kind of shelf thing. I tried to connect them to make them look like they were like a whole unit, but it just didn't really work. I used the new globe light as kind of like the main light, and then just spotlights everywhere else. I just wanted it to be really simple. So let's talk about, as you can see in the thumbnail or the title of this video, I imagine this house being for a single mom and her two sons. I imagine the mom's pretty young. Actually, if you go and read my description that I left on the gallery, it says that she just got back into university because she had a set of twins at the age of like 20. So maybe she was in college, but she kind of just took a step back, maybe dropped out for a bit because she was having kids. And now she's finally going back to college. So I imagine she's in school. I'm not sure for what. Maybe she wants to go and get a biology degree or a communications degree or something like that, and then maybe be a eco-innovator or whatever the other new careers are with this pack. That's something. But one thing I will say is I put a garden in the back behind the house. I put like a garden area, and I assume they make their money right now from growing produce and selling it. And that's how she makes her money right now. And I imagine it being like a family affair. Like the boys will be out in the garden helping her a lot and all of that. And I just think that'd be, I just thought that storyline was really cute of them like helping her in the garden. But if you didn't know, growing plants and selling them is probably one of the easiest ways to make money in The Sims. And you make a lot from it. So I imagine maybe she has a little bit saved up from her college fund that she still has, or something like that. They have money, but they're not well off, obviously, because they're living in a container home in the polluted neighborhood of Port Promise. But they're not, struggling. They're not struggling. They're not struggling, but they're not well off. That's probably the best way for me to put it. That was just me moving the lot to make it kind of sit more center. And now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the landscaping, because I really cannot stand how big this lot is. And I was watching one of James Turner's videos, and he said something about like how he wishes that if they're gonna put a lot in the middle of concrete, they should have a floor tile that matches that concrete. It's kind of like building in Brindleton Bay on that deck residential lot. There's not a floor tile that matches that deck, so it's just like this random suburban home or whatever you built there on a deck. There's not a whole lot you can build there and it actually look realistic. I mean, there is, but you're very limited as far as how you can make it realistic. But I just use this. I think it's just a base game like concrete. I wanted to use one that didn't have any lines in it. I didn't want it to look like the sidewalk tiled concrete, so I just went with this plain one. Now I'm just popping landscaping around. All of my landscaping, at least in this build, is from Debug. When I go to the back garden area, I put a tree, and around the tree those objects aren't debugged, just because I didn't feel like going back through debug. If you've been around, watching my channel for a while, I used to detest using the debug menu just because it was so hard to find things and I didn't have the patience. But now I do it anyway, because it's really the best way to, it's really the best way to landscape your builds, and it's free. It's 100% free. And it's not technically an object either, so your Sims can just walk right through it. But if you're new to The Sims or don't know much about cheats, you just do Control-Shift-C to open the cheat menu, and then do bb.show hidden objects, and then bb.show live edit objects. So show hidden objects just shows like hidden objects that you would normally like unlock throughout gameplay and stuff. And then live edit objects are the objects that you see around the world or around the lots. So that's how you can kind of make your builds blend into its surroundings better. But yeah, this is the garden area that I was talking about. I'm looking for a fence, and then I finally remembered that this pack came with fences. I didn't like the black necessarily, but the like the little middle section of the house is black. The exterior like paint on the house is black. So I just use black to make it kind of blend in, to make it kind of fit. I wanted it to look like it belonged with the rest of the build, basically. So I didn't want to do white or any other color like that and it not blend in. I guess I could have done at least a lighter toned wood, because the deck outside is a light wood tone, and then I end up putting some of the debug couches out there that your Sims can actually fabricate using the fabricator. I end up putting some of those outside, and they are kind of a lighter wood tone as well. So I could have went with a lighter tone. All that to say that I could have went with a lighter tone fence. But this is the kids' room. As you can see, they have twin beds, and then I put that light is from Parenthood, and I just thought it'd be cool to have this hanging down kind of bedside light. A lot of people, like, it's kind of trendy now, like in real life, for that to be a thing that people have in their house. Like, instead of a lamp on their bedside table, they have these long lights that just hang down. And I thought this one, being made out of a mason jar, kind of fit in this whole eco lifestyle kind of situation. So I'm putting shelves because I realized they had no space for a toy box, and they had literally no activities in here to do. So I just plopped a whole bunch of toys on top of here. It's still kind of boring. They still have, kids in The Sims don't have anything to do as it is, but this room just makes it worse because there's nothing for them to do. I tried to put in a craft table, but there was just no place to put it. I didn't want to put it outside because realistically it would get rained on and it would ruin all the colors and stuff like that. Because I do end up going and putting a roof on the red container. I make it a grass roof. Then I put a fence around it, and then I put just a few things up there. I did that because I couldn't build my first build with this pack and not use a ladder. I just couldn't do it. So I went ahead and gave them a little roof area as well. There's nothing up there except for 2 lounge chairs, the new ones that came with the pack, obviously, and a yoga mat. I don't even know if kids in The Sims can use the yoga mat. I don't know if kids can get the wellness skill. Not sure. But I'm doing the bathroom now, as you can see. And I saw that I put this rug in here. That's one of the rugs that you can fabricate. And I just wanted to point out how I layered them in the kids' room. And I think it looks really good, especially, being under the bed and you can't see like the edges of the rug. Sorry that got real jumpy right then. I was probably just trying to decide what to do next. But yeah, those rugs look really good layered. The bathroom objects. Every speed build or every video that I've watched of people doing speed builds or building with this new pack, they don't like the bathroom objects. And here's my thing. I really, really like them. I like the aesthetic of them. They're just not very realistic. That's my only problem. I love how they look. I love the aesthetic. They match everything in the pack perfectly. It's just, realistically, you wouldn't see something like that. Like, it's got the weird like glass part to it, and then there's certain like wooden pieces that are a different color than the rest of the thing. There's a one of the coffee tables in this pack is like that too, where it has like it's like color blocks that are just randomly placed. But yeah, other than that, I do like the bathroom objects. That little shelf with the bowl and the like spices in it, I'm not sure what pack that came in, but sizing that up looks really good in a kitchen like this. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but I don't know. I think it works very well if you want some like shelving in the kitchen but don't feel like putting stuff on the shelf. I just needed something to take up that space, and sizing that up worked really well. Yeah, this is the mom's room. If I didn't talk about it before, this is me just putting some homework on her dresser and the makeup, and I had to use those portraits because they're just so nice. So I've just put them in her room. Yeah, I love these windows. I will probably use these little bay windows in, if not every single one of my builds, at least every other build, modern or not, eco or not. Those windows will probably be getting used because I love them so much. Again, sorry for the jumpiness. Again, I'm probably just trying to see what I'm going to do next. Also, I couldn't build with this pack and not go ahead and use the solar panels, so that's what I just placed. The only thing I'm not sure of is apparently the solar panels can break, and your sim has to repair them, but I don't know if your sims can get to these. If they can't, maybe try putting a ladder on the green container, and maybe they can get on top of there and fix it. If not, you would just have to make sure your sim had enough money to just click it and just replace it instead of repairing it. Now this is me just going around plopping different things in. I wanted to use as many objects from the new pack as possible. I did put the water collector on the roof as well, so that means that your sim's water bill will be lower, and the solar panels will make their electricity bill be lower, and then you can check your bills, and then you can sell back your water you can sell back your excess water and electricity to the companies, and you'll get a few simoleons for it. So that's awesome. Yeah, so just a random thought. This build took me about 2.5 hours to do. It really didn't have to take that long, but I kind of really took my time because it was a new pack and I didn't know where all the objects were and stuff like that. I just wanted it to look good, you know, so I kind of took my time a little bit. That's why the videos kind of gets jumpy in some places, because I just stopped and would just kind of survey and look around to see what I wanted and what to do next and all that. So this, I just placed one of the bug things in the corner, and I actually end up having to move it because my sim could not plant anything in this vertical planter that's to the far left, because the footprint of the bug thing was in the way. Basically, she could plant them, but they wouldn't stay fertilized, or they wouldn't stay fermented. Is that the word? They wouldn't stay in the dirt because of the footprint of the thing. I have a new puppy. Maybe I'll introduce her once I start doing face cam. So her name is Daisy. So if you hear her barking, say hello in the comments. But yeah, so when I was playtesting it, I just ended up deleting that bug thing entirely. I figured, you know, the mom wouldn't be worried about no bugs anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. Now I'm just doing the outside areas because there was a lot of space not being used. There still is, and it was kind of bothering me, but I figured, you know, they wouldn't have a whole lot anyway, just because the mom isn't working right now. They're living off of the produce they sell and, you know, stuff like that. So that I figured they wouldn't have a lot of stuff anyway. What else? I do this off camera, but I kind of add another garden, kind of not a functioning garden where they go and plant stuff, but just I do some more landscaping in the front, and then I put a toddler pool out there in front. You can kind of see it here. I wanted the toddler pool, and then realized that she has kids, not toddlers, but I put it anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much all the furnishing. I do end up putting a laptop on the kitchen table just because there was no room for a computer anywhere. But yeah, the screenshots are rolling. Keep a lookout for all my eco lifestyle content coming in the next few days and weeks, and I will see you all in the next one. Say bye to Daisy because she's barking. Okay, see you all in the next one. Bye.